Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of Plymouth Isle, my Sims 3 Create a World series. So today I am working on two lots in this episode. So this is the gym right here, and I'm also going to be doing an antiques store in the town center as well. So yeah, so basically it's kind of just like split right down the middle, like the length of each build here. So yeah, right now I'm starting off with the community gym. This is built on, I think, lot 53. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's lot 53 though. The correct number will be, of course, in the description below with the download link as well. So yeah, but essentially this is going to be a pretty simple gym, or as I called it, the fitness center. I don't know, it doesn't really make a difference what you call it. But yeah, essentially, because this is built right by the ocean, which you can see this lot kind of, it's kind of near the beach here. And it's also right next door to the hospital. So it's kind of in that area of the world. And because it's so close to the ocean, I thought that maybe it should be built up a little bit above the ground. And I was thinking of building it so it was like a full level above the ground, and then like the parking lot was underneath. And I thought that would be pretty interesting, but then it wouldn't work with the pool, because I wanted there to be an indoor pool, because most of the gyms in the game have pools in them. So I thought, well, I'll just make it look like it's a little bit on stilts here, kind of. So I had this kind of like, I think 5-step high foundation there. It's a little bit taller than normal foundation, but not by much. So that way I was able to accommodate the pool, and I just have some parking out front, so it works out pretty well. The one thing I struggled with a little bit was the roof. I just wasn't sure how exactly I wanted the roof to look, but it turned out okay. I went with the mansard roof, which I was going to use the one that was just in the roofing category, but yeah, it just never looks quite so good, so I decided to make my own. So I used constrained floor elevation here to kind of build my own slightly lower wall height here for the roof. And I also left some areas that kind of like are a little bit more, I don't know, like featured, I guess. Not really the right word, but like where they're not under the roof here. So you can see like where that front part is there, I put like a second roof that goes like above. And I'm also doing that here on the corner, though I had a little bit of difficulty working out what to do with this, diagonal portion. I don't entirely remember what I do. I think it just ends up something like not like that. Definitely not like that. Or do I leave it like that? Oh, no, I don't. Okay, good. I was a little worried there. Oh, okay, I just made it so it wasn't on a diagonal there. But yeah, essentially, this area too just gets a taller roof as well, so that, there it goes, just so it looks nicer. And I think I add one at the back too. So, that way there's just a little bit more of, something going on. It's not just completely flat on top. I also put a wall around the top as well. And yeah, that's pretty much the roof. I went with a green kind of color scheme for the outside of this building. It's kind of like white, and it's like a light kind of bluish green. Not really on the roof. The roof is kind of darker, but yeah. I also kind of put in the freeze level these fences. This is something I did a long time ago, like maybe 5 years ago on one of my builds. And it came back to me for some reason. I thought, oh, maybe I should do something like that. So I decided to kind of leave these notches in the freeze level, and I just filled them with fences. And it just kind of makes it look a little bit more interesting. I also did that on the side as well. So for the outside colors, I went with this kind of white brick, or like kind of grayish brick. I was trying to match the brick that's on that wall I put around the top, but that wall is not, you can't really change the color of it. It doesn't work with Create a Style, so I just had to kind of eyeball it. And then I just kind of went for this off-white kind of color for the outside. I also took the kind of green color that was the default on those two large windows up top, which I believe are from World Adventures, and I just used that on all the windows and doors because it is actually a pretty okay color. So anyway, as we enter into the inside here, this is kind of the entrance way. The layout is a little strange. I have two staircases kind of in this build that are very close together. It's like completely pointless, but I just had the space for it, so I was like, whatever. And yeah, but the main entrance here kind of has this open area, which is pretty cool. And you have like the main staircase that kind of, kind of turns there as it goes up, and it's kind of this funky overlook area kind of. But yeah, it's interesting, that's for sure. And I just had a few areas there I just kind of walled off because I had no use for them. But essentially the pool, again, I did struggle a bit with the foundation here because I had the stilts kind of going on. So I had to kind of expand it a bit. But I was able to move the pool. It actually goes the other direction. It goes front to back as opposed to side. But yeah, it goes in the back of the building here, and it's a pretty nice indoor pool. It's also, this lot is very close to the community pool, the outdoor pool. So yeah, it's like just a few lots away. So I guess there's just a couple different options for your Sims if they want to go swimming in this world. But anyway, it's a pretty nice sized pool there, and I'm going to put in probably too many bathrooms. There's a lot of bathrooms in this build. There's 5 downstairs and there's 2 upstairs. So yeah, a lot of bathrooms, but I had the space for it, so why not? I mean, some of the ones downstairs are of course locker rooms and changing rooms, which in this build I included showers. I didn't do that when I originally built the community pool, although I did go back later and add them in. So never fear, if you download that lot, there are showers in the changing rooms, but I put them in here from the very beginning, so no need to worry at all. And they're also the showers that came with that store set. I don't remember what it was called. It was like some gym set or pool set or something that they came with on the store, and they're actually meant for like community lots that are like gyms and stuff, because your Sims will by default have their bathing suit on when they shower or use those showers. So they kind of work well for community settings or community lot settings. So yeah, you don't really have to like wall them off or make them like completely separate rooms, because they're designed to be out in the open. But anyway, right now I'm working on the changing room areas. So you can see here, these are going to be just the male and female changing room areas. So just putting in the showers and stuff, and the toilets and sinks and things. I'll put the lockers in later. And then on the second floor, there's also more bathrooms that also have showers in them as well. So those are going to be by the exercise equipment and things like that, basically. So anyway, right now I'm just adjusting the foundation some more here, because it was just like a little bit not how I wanted it. Oh, well, there I overdid it a wee bit, so let's put it back. But yeah, just adjusting the foundation so it's evenly spaced from where the kind of little pillars are there. But anyways, putting it back now, and putting some more windows down the side of the building here, so that's fun. And here's where I recolor the windows like I mentioned earlier. So they're kind of like a seafoam green kind of color, a little minty. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. And here I'm just going to put some large windows for the pool, and it's really cool from inside, because, and you'll see this in the screenshots at the end, but the view from the pool and also from all the exercise rooms, because they face the ocean, is really nice. So you can kind of just like see just endless water, kind of like a nice unobstructed view. It's very cool, actually. It's very nice. But anyway, here just putting some more windows in, and I'm going to probably finish up with the exterior colors. So it's just kind of that stucco, that kind of like blue, it's kind of a greenish or bluish tinge to it, but it's mostly white. And here, just changing up all the colors and stuff, doing the stone, doing the whatever, or it's brick, really, not stone, but you get the idea. So I think that's pretty much it for the outside colors. I also put in some doors, just some sliding glass doors for these kind of balconies that they don't really have much of a purpose. They're just kind of there because, I had space for it. And I guess it's nice. If your Sims want to go out there, they can. And there's like a nice view that they can get of the ocean from them. So, that's nice. But anyway, so right now I'm going to be doing a little bit of the front entrance area. So I'm just kind of, putting in the stairs and stuff, and putting in some cars, I think. I'm going to put in the parking spots, yeah. So I put in the cars here just along the front. It's pretty much where they all go. And the one at the end there kind of merges into the ground, but no big deal. It's easy to fix. So anyway, just putting in a front door. That's good to have. And and I was going to put that little power box there outside, but didn't fit. But anyway, doing the roof here, we have just some air conditioning units and stuff on the roof. So, that's pretty good. And just adding some details to the roof here as well. And right here, I think we're going to begin on the interior, which is good. So on the inside here, I'm working with this kind of like gray stoned tile. And I kind of have this run throughout most of the building here. So, just like the main hallways and stuff and some of the bathrooms. I also kind of got this matching wall tile as well to go in. And you can see the second staircase there. That's kind of redundant, but no matter. And yeah, so just carrying that paint color upstairs, putting in some half walls and stuff just so your Sims don't fall off, which they wouldn't anyway, but it's good to have. And just recoloring the stairs here, just doing some of that kind of basic stuff. There's the other staircase, you can see it's like right next to it. And putting in some doors for the bathrooms and stuff. Over here on this side, we have a men's room, a women's room, and a gender-neutral bathroom. So there's 3 bathrooms there. And then the changing rooms are on the other side of the pool. So you can get to the pool either through the doors here that I just put in, or you can also go through the changing rooms and bathrooms on the other side too. There's doors there as well. And the hallway kind of wraps around. So yeah, just various ways you can get into the pool. And I kind of made it so the pool looks like a little bit newer than the rest of the building. I thought, I can make it look a little bit more modern, maybe like they at some point redid the pool, but like the rest of the building is a little bit older. Because the building kind of has like this, especially color-wise, this like 80s kind of vibe to it. I don't know, or maybe like 80s and 90s kind of vibe to it. And the pool looks quite a bit newer than the rest of the building, but you could just imagine they redid it at some point. So yeah, here's the pool, which has kind of like more modern tiling on it, and like the pool is tiled as well, which is nice. And I'm just getting in some various objects here, so just some lifesavers or life preservers there, which I don't know if they really would use that in a pool. It's a pretty small pool, but whatever. And I also put in, of course, a lifeguard chair, though I did that off camera at the end because I forgot it when I was building it. So, never fear, that's going to be there as well. And yeah, also just some plants in the corners, because why not make it look a little bit nicer. And yeah, so just doing some lighting in the hallways here, and I think we're going to do the bathrooms and changing rooms. So yeah, these 2 rooms are pretty much identical besides the color. So one is just kind of bluish and one's more greenish. It's pretty much the same stuff in them though. So it's got I think this is the women's changing room, so there's 2 toilets in here. I think the men's room is the same, just has 1 toilet and a urinal instead. But yeah, otherwise they're all the same. They each have 3 showers, and they each have the same changing area here. So you can see we have the like the lockers there from, I think, Ambitions. So those are convenient to have for this purpose. But yeah, it's a pretty simple bathroom here. Just putting in the usual details though, like the soap and the hand towels and a mirror, of course, getting that in. And over here, this is the other bathroom and changing room. So again, same thing, just a different color, just to make it a bit fun. But you can see these rooms look a little bit more dated than the pool, which was kind of my intention. I thought it'd be kind of fun. I don't know. I kind of like to do things a little bit like, do it a little bit more colorful or something, just to make it a bit interesting. But anyway, just putting in some more lights, and I think that's pretty much it. So next we're going to do these bathrooms over here. So these are just general bathrooms that are just toilets and sinks. Nothing more to them than that. But yeah, again, these are pretty much all the same. So just pretty much copying the same objects over as well. This was just like an extra space I had. So I was like, might as well just make it bathrooms. I don't know what else to do with it. So, just doing that over here. Again, these 2 bathrooms are very similar. And then I also included a non-gender specific bathroom here as well. So that's right there. So there you go. Pretty simple. So now we're going to move on to the upstairs, I believe. So the upstairs has all your exercise equipment and stuff that, you'd probably expect to find in a gym. So there's going to be 2 main rooms upstairs. And then some more bathrooms as well. So just starting off with the lighting here, so just getting that in. And of course, these rooms all face the back, so they all have this kind of nice beach view or ocean view to them, which is pretty cool. Here I'm just putting some railings in the stairs. And what we're going to do first here, I guess we're going to move over to this room. So yeah, this is the room with the treadmills in it. So there's 4 treadmills and then 2 of these like pull-up bars. And then this room here has 3 weights machines, I believe. So yeah, that's pretty much the extent of the exercise equipment. So, it's pretty general, pretty similar to what you'd find with the gyms that come with other worlds. But here I'm just putting a small kitchenette kind of area. I think the other like gyms that just came with like the game, like the one in Sunset Valley or Riverview, for example, I think they kind of have these areas. And it's basically just has a fridge, a trash can, a coffee maker, and a sink. That's pretty much it. I don't know, why not, I guess. And it's kind of oddly in the same room as the weights machines, but, whatever. I guess like if you bring like a lunch or something, you want to keep it cold, or you want to get coffee, you can do that there. And then this is the other workout room. So this one has treadmills and the pull-up bars in it. So I'm just putting some wall paint on there, or in here, I guess. And just changing the colors of these machines here. Don't like the blue on those weights machines by default. It's kind of ugly. I also put a TV in and also some mirrors as well. So, just making it kind of look like a gym, I suppose. And I also put in some benches. I did not end up with these chairs and tables. It seemed kind of strange. So, no, I just put in some benches. So I guess like if you want to rest, or if you're waiting for someone to like finish up with the machine, you can sit down on various benches. Also put some in the pool as well. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it, except for the bathrooms. So we're going to do the upstairs bathrooms here. So again, 2 bathrooms. These ones have showers because, maybe if you want to shower after you work out and you don't want to have to go down to where the pool is, you can shower here. So yeah, these are, again, pretty simple bathrooms. They actually have more showers than the pool room does, which is kind of strange, but never mind that. Anyway, putting in all the same kind of details and stuff the other bathrooms have. And I think that's pretty much it for the upstairs. Not too much more than that. I think just some art there. And yeah, so the rest of what we're going to do here is going to be pretty much just outdoor work, so landscaping and the like. So here I'm just working out where the parking lot is going to go. I'm going to use the same stone terrain paint that the other lots down on this road have. So you can kind of see it matches the hospital next door. And it's actually kind of funny that the gym and the hospital are right next to each other. So I guess if you hurt yourself while you're working out, the hospital's not far away. But yeah, I didn't think about that until right now. But, that's fun. Anyway, here I'm just putting in some plants and some bushes and various details here. Just making it kind of look nice and lush, and just putting some trees around the back as well. And yeah, some more bushes, plants, trees, things, ferns, whatever. All that kind of stuff. Also down the side here as well, and around the back in this kind of corner, so why not, I guess. And yeah, just some ferns and stuff, just some stuff to make it look kind of nice. And now I'm going to go through with some dirt terrain paint as well, just to kind of give it that finishing touch here, kind of makes it look a little bit more realistic. And I put some dead grass underneath the areas of the building where things wouldn't grow, or where the sun can't really get to. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for landscaping. Now we're going to do some outdoor lighting. So there's just going to be some general lighting around the outside here. And I'm also going to do some details like the under roof areas, just getting like a nice kind of color there for that. So when the roof is down, it kind of looks nicer. And yeah, also just painting the inaccessible areas black as well, like the freeze levels and stuff, just so that looks kind of neat and clean and finished off. And yeah, also just doing all the other stuff as well. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much it for the gym. I think just a bit more lighting. I think we're going to move on now to the next lot. So this here, I believe, is lot 23. Of course, the correct number will be in the description below, but this should be lot 23. And this lot here is by the wharf. It's actually just before it. It's right across from the bistro lot. So it's right on the other side of the road from the bistro lot. And this lot has been sitting here for a while, and I was originally intending to make it the, or at least when I put it down, I intended to make it the diner. I thought it'd be a great spot for the diner, until I realized the diner rabbit hole is a lot bigger than I thought it was, so I had to put the diner elsewhere. So this is an antiques store. This was actually a comment I saw, I don't remember what episode it was. It might have been the episode I did the salon. I think because I was saying that I really didn't know what to do with like these stores, because I, have to build all these kind of just mostly decorative stores. I mean, they're functional, but they're not necessary, but I'm just have to fill out some of the lots here. And, it kind of looks nice as like a decorative standpoint, having these kind of like nice shops, around. It makes the world look more like alive. So, I didn't really know what to put in the stores because there's only so much you can sell. So this actually worked out pretty well because someone left a comment saying you could do an antique shop. So I was like, great idea. So this is an antique store. And it's a standalone store on this lot. There's no apartment or anything. There's no second store next to it. It's just this one store. And I had a little bit of trouble working out how I wanted the roof to look. And I did kind of, adjust the walls and stuff as I went. Kind of like tweaked the shape and stuff. Like the front I make, or the storefront, I make quite a bit wider. But the way this ends up looking, it ends up looking like an old house that was converted into a store, which is pretty cool. And I really like the way that turned out because, as you could probably imagine, when this was like a smaller town, when it was like first starting out, this was probably someone's house, and that's probably why it's now so close to the street, because like this road was probably built later, and the house was later turned into a store at some point. So I thought that would be kind of cool. I also made the whole right side look like it was an addition that wasn't really original by like putting a different wall texture on it. So I thought it kind of gave this building a little bit of history, just kind of in the way it looks. But anyway, just trying to work out here what I want to do with the shape of it, which I do change a few times. But this was kind of an interesting thing to build because as an antique store, the stereotype of an antique store and the way that many of them actually are is just like just a lot of random objects, crammed into a small space. And it's like very packed and very dense. And it kind of has this charm to it. And I thought that, I need to replicate that. So yeah, that's kind of what I went for with the inside of this building, which of course we'll get to in a bit. But yeah, it is going to be full of random kind of fun objects everywhere. And most of it is for sale. I did put sale rugs under most of the objects that I could without making it look completely ridiculous. So, you can go into the store if you have I think it's the Savvy Sellers Collection set or whatever. It came with Midnight Hollow. It came with that store world, so you can actually sell things, and that's the way I made all my stores in the game, in this world. So yeah, if you have that set from the Sims 3 store, this will function as a real store. Your Sims can go in and buy any of the things for sale, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, I was looking for a sign to put out front until I found this great one that is actually from Into the Future. It doesn't look that futuristic though, so it worked pretty well. It has like kind of this fun cloverleaf on it too, so I feel like that was kind of fitting as well because maybe kind of like represents finding something, like you're lucky to find something. I don't know, if you whatever. I thought it was fitting. But yeah, and the color went well too. I like the color of it. But anyway, here I extended the storefront over a little bit, and I also extended it on the other side too as well, because I thought that it would look kind of more interesting this way and a bit nicer. And I also really like the way the store kind of outside front of the store turns out in the end. It's kind of like some fun objects by the street, and it looks kind of cool. But anyway, up here, just doing some more stuff, just making it kind of symmetrical down here, because I thought that would look nice. And I just kind of do a variety of tweaks and stuff to the roof here until I got it quite right. But you can see it's coming along, it's getting there. And I kind of went for this very worn looking cedar kind of shake or shingle on the outside, which I thought kind of suited the building well. It kind of like made it look older, kind of like shows its age. And I kind of added this extra bump out there up top, They give it a little bit more asymmetry upstairs, but making the downstairs symmetrical, so it kind of looks fun and funky, I guess. I don't know. So anyway, you can see that kind of added on area that's made out of the siding, so I thought that would kind of work well as kind of, an addition that was maybe added on later, and they didn't have matching, cedar shake siding, so they just put this wood siding on instead. I don't know. I just thought it'd be kind of interesting. So anyway, putting in all the wall materials there and changing the color of the windows here to kind of like match the building. And of course I'm going to extend the awning there. Right now it kind of stops weirdly, but I will extend it in a bit. There we go. So there's the awning. And I also already placed some random items out on the front there as I just found them. I actually found some items when I was like going through the entire like miscellaneous decorations category to find things for the store, I actually found a few items I never even knew existed before, so that was interesting. I usually browse through that menu when I'm building houses, but I guess I don't look that intently at it. So, because usually I already know what I want, and I'm like looking for a specific thing, but in this build, I actually found a lot of interesting items that I kind of put around the place, so you'll see that. I found this divider from Late Night that apparently you can use in bathrooms, like between urinals or toilets. I never even knew that was a thing, and of course if you recolor it, you can use it as for many other things as well. So I used it in the store, actually kind of like separate off a couple sections, and never knew that item existed at all. It was just in the miscellaneous category, and I was like, well, that's cool. But anyway, here I'm putting out the stone just around the front. It's kind of like a little bit of a extension of the sidewalk there, so kind of just a bit of nice detail. And I also put in, of course, some trees, I guess, off the bat, because why not? some bushes and stuff. I also put some pots with flowers out front as well, which I thought was nice. But anyway, we're going to move on now to the inside. So there's the front counter. You can see the staircase there. This is a 2-story store. There's no apartment above it. I didn't really want to do that this time around. I thought I've done that enough, and I'll probably be doing it more, probably for the consignment store lot. I'll probably have apartments above that, so because it'll be a larger store. But yeah, this one decided to go with just being one store, and you can see kind of got this nice little tile entrance, and I'll make the flooring a little bit fancier as we go. But you'll see the way I kind of start off is just by putting out a bunch of items that I just found in the random or in the miscellaneous decorations category. So I just kind of started off by going through that category, finding a bunch of things and stuff, and just putting it out. And yeah, so that's kind of the way I started doing it here. And of course, the yellow horse, never fear. That's the divider thing I was talking about. So right there, kind of like that wood divider is kind of cool. But yeah, just like a bunch of random items. Yeah, that's basically the moral of the story here. Just items and items and items. So just doing that, just filling up the store. And then I start actually putting them in their places. Once I start finding them, I put like a little bird feeder out front too. I thought that was kind of cool. But yeah, so just looking for things and stuff, and more stuff. Just a lot of stuff basically in here. And I think I'm going to soon start organizing it. I don't know how long. I guess I went on for a long time placing just random things in. Yeah, wow. Okay. Well, still going. Still looking for things. Still finding things. I also put some stuff outside, as you can see, but not like super cluttered. I don't leave it like that. Okay. Anyway, well, I found the pedestal. I had some trouble actually finding that pedestal from Savvy Seller Collection set or whatever it's called. But here I just started putting the items on them. I actually had them sideways originally, which is kind of annoying that you have to have them a specific direction, but whatever. So yeah, here essentially begins the process of just filling the store with a bunch of clutter and a bunch of things. So yeah, I love the way it turns out though. It's very cool looking in the end, especially you'll see in the screenshots, of course, at the very end. You'll see all the details and all like the little things going on in the store, and how kind of full to the brim it is with just stuff. But yeah, essentially, I mean, by the time I got to the second floor, I started to run out of things. So there's a few duplicate items around that are kind of like the same thing multiple times, but it's okay. So here I'm essentially just, putting in the stuff. So I have that random like face cutout board in the back there, and this random cow, fake cow there as well, because why not? But yeah, plenty of things going in here, and I also put stuff on the floor as well that will be on rugs. So I also like put in just general stuff like that. So also some furniture. So there's a rocking chair, and also a other chair and a mirror, and another mirror and another mirror, and just a couple tables here, just like a lot of stuff basically, and some lamps, of course, just around the place. Yeah, so you get the idea. And upstairs here, I'm just going to continue the same sort of theme. Right now I'm just doing the flooring though, which I should have done first before I put all this stuff down, but it's fine. So just putting that around, so just doing that, and yeah, so there you go. There's the flooring coming in, kind of got that nice little detail around the edge of the room, which I thought kind of makes it look nice. I also did upstairs as well, just so it's not so bland, kind of makes the building look a little bit more fancier, gives it some character. So yeah, there you go. And here's the wallpaper, which I don't leave it that color, of course, a little bit much for this build. So I kind of tone it down a little bit, but it still looks kind of busy and interesting. And just doing the stairs here, giving those a nice wood kind of color that matches the flooring and stuff. But yeah, anyway, just doing that. A little shelf there with some plates on it, I suppose. And yeah, essentially I just put in all the objects and I kind of went back later and started recoloring them. I tried to make them look a little bit more worn and older by just kind of making them like a little bit darker and desaturated in color, because I felt like all the bright colors just didn't quite look right. So yeah, essentially just going through and doing that. Also putting in some lighting, of course, which is pretty helpful, and some wall lights as well in the back, as so a bit of light. And I think that's pretty much it for the first floor. I also see that there's like a little pot or like a teapot that's kind of on the floor, merged halfway into the pedestal. I don't know if you noticed it, but it's bothering me, and I think I left it there by accident. So, oops. Don't worry. I remember putting that object down and like, where did it go? I can't find. You can see it right there, actually, in the bottom left. Oh, that's really annoying. I think I accidentally left it there. Okay, well, never mind. I can always go back and fix that. So anyway, right now, putting in the rugs for just the objects, so you can buy the things that are just on the floor and that aren't on pedestals or shelves. But anyway, up here again, just random items. Essentially, that's the theme of this build here. So just putting a bunch of random things in, kind of in random clusters. Just old looking things and just random items. So just putting some stuff on the shelves over here. Just things and stuff and objects and whatever. You get the idea. A black horse there instead of a yellow one. That's exciting. And a little canister there. I think it's the fourth one I put in. Like I said, I started to run out of objects, so I started having to reuse some. Upstairs, see, there's more of those teapots. See, I couldn't find it, even though it was like I was searching for it in the bushes. It was literally right there, but I didn't see it. Whatever. I don't know how that escaped my notice, but it's fine. Anyway, right now I'm just doing some recoloring of some things and recoloring the table there. What else? I think just some rugs so that you can actually buy the things that are on the floor there. So just putting some rugs around. And now we're going to do the other two rooms, because there are still two more rooms here. So this one is going to be mainly furniture, and so I basically just put in some desks and stuff and just some other things, bookshelves, things like that, chess table, some chairs in the corner here, and a little sofa, and I think another shelf with maybe something on it. I think a piggy. Yeah, just some stuff, basically. I just kind of had to start grasping at straws after some point, because there are only so many random objects in the game. So, I just thought that this is fine. It's kind of got some character to it. Putting in some rugs here as well. So, of course, all that stuff is for sale. And I think I'm also going to do this last room now. So this is this last room, smallest room. I put some tapestries on the wall and also this china cabinet and just, I don't know, some random stuff, because I really didn't know what to do with this room, because at this point, I had pretty much exhausted all my options. But anyway, I think we're done now with putting in random items. So essentially, we're going to just do the final touches for this building here. And of course, you can download both this lot and the gym. There's links in the description below. And there's also, of course, the overview video of the world you can check out, and you can download the world from that video as well if you so want to. And you can place these lots in the world yourself. So, and of course, the lot numbers are in the description below as well, along with the download links. But anyway, we're just doing the bathroom here. It's a pretty simple bathroom. And I'm also just going to do just my usual final details, like my under roof coloration and stuff, and just doing that kind of thing. So, it's making it all look kind of finished off and nice, which is stuff I generally do here. Also recoloring this top wall because it really did not match the rest of the building, and I'm also gonna add a color on the roof there, and just coloring up this attic area that's not really usable for anything. And I'm also going to just make the freeze levels black like I always do, just like I did with the other lot as well. I always do that. And here just some more bushes and trees and stuff around the lot, smoothing out the terrain there. yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. We're going to do some terrain paint, of course, at the very end. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you consider checking out some of the other episodes in this series. It's a playlist of all the episodes in the description below. And I want to thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing if you've done so. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me out. So yeah, and of course I have house building videos on my channel you can check out in The Sims 3 and The Sims 4. I've also been doing some building basics videos. That's what I call them. They're essentially just tutorials to show you how to do certain things, in The Sims 3 and The Sims 4. So you can check those out as well. There's a playlist on my channel. And yeah, so the last thing I'm basically going to do here before we move on to the screenshots is just some ceiling tiles, because I thought that would look nice. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, everyone. Enjoy the screenshots.